Welcome to the StockMentor.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your stock mentor, Brian Johnson. And a quick recap of the markets and a quick recap of how we're doing in the trading room. I get people asking me about this. They're interested. It's been open about 3 weeks now. If you go back to my previous Friday videos, you'll see I've been doing this every Friday as the video starts to kind of give people an update on where we're at in the trading room. So if you're curious about the performance for the week, check out my previous Friday videos. I only opened it July 5th, but going extremely well so far. The consistency is there and the consistency shows. So we're all making money. If you have time, or if you know, doesn't have to be you. If you know of someone that would be interested in participating in the room itself, please let them know about it. Have them sign up and give it a shot. You guys can hang out for 2 days. If you don't like it, cancel your subscription. I'll refund all of your money. Give you a free shot at the room. Nothing better than free. Going to hopefully make you some money in the 2 days that you're in the room as well. But it'll give you a feel for how the room works. You can trade the stock trades if you want to. You can trade the futures trades if you want to, or both. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. But come join us. Give it a whirl. See what you think. I think you'll find a lot of value to it. I know a lot of people that are in the room are doing so. I have about 25 in there, not all at one time. Some of them come and go. But I have about 25 signed up right now. Once I get to 50, I am going to raise the price on the room. So once I hit 50, that's my magic number. I will raise the price on the room. However, anybody that is in the room at the $2.99 a month price will remain at that forever. For as long as they stay with the room, I'll never raise the rates on the guys that show me loyalty. Gave it a whirl. Some people they didn't even know if I was going to be any good or not. They tried it out. So I really appreciate them. They're what really got this thing started. So give it a whirl. Or if you know someone that would be interested, please let them know about it. Have them sign up and give it a whirl. Okay, so here's what we did this week for trades, as in the stock side of things. Some of these were taken last week and they were closed out this week. So anything that I closed this week is on this list. This one was really a break even, but it gives me a goofy little zero like this, which I hate. When I look down through my log here, I want to see that the zeros are the ones that I haven't yet closed. So I just put a $1 thing on. When I break even on a trade, I just put $1 in there. Anyway, point being, at the end of the week, we made $1,094. That was the potential to be made in the room. Some can make more, some make less. That's based on 100 shares too. So if you trade 25 shares, it's all relative. If you trade 1,000 shares, well, do the math. It all depends. I mean, most people are probably not trading 1,000 shares. But anyway, the point is, we didn't go with anything real big this week. Baidu, CF, but most everything, and CAT, but most everything else was right around 75 or lower. So we didn't get out of range or really stretch for things this week. But we did very well in the trading room. From a stock standpoint, and from a future standpoint, this is what we did as well. I had 34 trades. I'm in and out a lot. So like 34 different trades, as you can see on my list. I think I was off 8 times. I think I missed 8 trades. In the first couple days, I was like, I don't remember, 11-1 or something stupid like that. It was ridiculous. Just such a hot streak to start. So anyway, by the end of the week, I was off like 8 trades, and I was up, 27, whatever it was, 26, something like that. And by the end of the week, we had the potential to make $2,800 in the trading room. Subtract your commissions, whatever that might be, and you can kind of get a feel for what that was. So 28 here, 1,000 on the stocks. About 1,100 on the stocks is about $34,000 to $4,000. So there was a potential to make about $4,000 in the trading room this week. Some people made less, some people made more, depending on how many contracts you trade. I'm only basing this off of one contract in and out, and that is following my directions explicitly. Not everybody does that. Some people get out before I do. Some people get out after I do. They all kind of make their decision once we're in, but I do give them very precise entries. And I always tell you, I try to be very, very good about telling you ahead of time so that you don't have to scramble for a buy or a sell. I try to be very careful, and I'm getting better about that. So anyway, there's the trading room results. On to the markets. The Dow here, you can see a beautiful line. Look at this. Slice through, we break it here, only to come all the way back about 1 million years later and finally retest it. This is perfect. This is just textbook TA. right here. This is one of the lower targets as we were watching things today drop. And a beautiful retest. Might even get one more before it's all over with. There is certainly room to squeeze this thing down even a little bit more, regardless of how heavy the selling and how well the bears did this week. I'll tell you what, looked for a while there like things were going to follow to the upside. Once we got that double top look, and we got a confirmation, more importantly, of that double top this week. Wow. Gotta say, gotta change my stance here. 60 bearish, 40 bullish. Still got a little bit of that bull, and I'll show you where that's at coming up here. From a daily, you can see, here's the double top. This is really, really pretty on a Dow. Like 2 points. Gotta love that. So we can do whatever. This I thought was maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be a truncated 5. Could have been an ABC with a 1, 2, 3. Who cares? Point being, we are moving down. Here would be the bigger level of lower support. Now we are pretty stretched. We're not down too far here, but we are pretty stretched within the markets. If we're going to make a push down, watch that 200-day moving average. That would be a airy support area if we could get down there. You want to talk about looking for a bottom? Calling bottoms is suicide, guys, but I'm telling you, if we could get down here to 12,000, that is not a bad place to look for a bounce. I'd start maybe building a long position if I could get the Dow back into this spot right here. I think that'd be pretty defensible down there. NASDAQ 60-minute did very, very well this week. You can see the gap down today filled a previous gap that we had right here. So the gap fill is now filled down into the 200-period moving average. The little bounce up only to hit overhead resistance and slowly run its way down back into the 2360 area. I'm going to flip right to a daily and show you that you can see the pushes here, up and then down, and then up and then down. So it's getting some bullish pressure. It just can't hold it. It's not sustainable. The bears are right there. They're ready to rip that thing down. So they've been doing a very fine job of keeping it closing below this 20-day moving average. So after making new highs, slowly grinding its way down. We'll see if that can't keep up, and if it does, this is it right here. Watch that 50-day moving average. That would be a fantastic target to the downside on the NDX. I'm not a big shorter of the NDX, I'll be honest. I like to go long the NDX, not short the NDX. So I usually short the ES or I short the Dow, the YM. Play the futures a lot. So anyway, if I'm going to do anything with the NDX, it's usually long. However, here's a good lower target for you if you're looking for support. NDX weekly, same thing here. Look, the bulls ran it up and over into new highs. I always give the bears a chance to get that back down the following day or week, whatever chart I'm looking at. We're looking at a weekly here, so for the week, bears did their job. Up and then right back down. Here's the caveat, okay? This is a little high base formation. That is still bullish. I know you guys don't want to hear it sometimes, but still bullish. This is a high base formation on the weekly. Watch and look for closes below the 20-week moving average on the NASDAQ. That would be much, much more weak for the NASDAQ than overall. Right now, it's a high base formation on the daily or the weekly, as you can see us up and then down and then up and then down. So looking to see if that actually turns into anything and obviously breaks above that 2440 area. Probably confirmation at that point that we're going to move higher. Here's the SPX on a 60-minute. Here's a previous line. Look at this. Break it, retest it, retest it, retest. We talked about this for a while back in this time as well. I love this type of formation from a bullish standpoint. This is the same type of thing we're now seeing from the Dow, except not on that chart, on this chart. So we test, 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 break, and now we're retesting, retesting. If it holds this blue line, definitely more bullish than it is bearish, but it can grind its way down. My point is it can stay along this line and grind its way down. Now, here it is on the SPX again. I want to show you the daily. No, I don't. I want to show you the 60-minute. This is what it did here. It was just grinding its way down. This was like the X Games, right? So then it finally bounces off of this and takes off. Look for maybe, can you see it? Maybe the same type of reaction out of the Dow. This is precisely what you want to be watching coming into next week. This could be very, very important to next week's trading, to watch for that bounce. Watch it grind along the blue line on the Dow, and then see if you can't get that spring. That'd be a really, really, really good setup. Daily as well touched its 200 day. We have confirmation. This is, well, it isn't really a double top, but we do have confirmation of a lower low here, so we are now in a new downtrend. Bouncing nicely off the 200. We are getting stretched. We're not down too far, but we are stretched, so lower areas will now be right around the 1270 to 1265. I love this area for support. So if there's any further real strong pressure to the downside coming into next week, it could give us a couple more days, which would give Boehner and them a little while to figure it all out and get it all done by Tuesday or Tuesday night or whatever it's supposed to be done. And that would work perfectly with that particular scenario. Watch these levels here then if we get into these, 1260, 1265-ish. That would be very, very good levels to be looking at building a long position as well if you want to try to call that bottom. VIX up to 25 and holding at 25. You know how I love that. Look at this. We had basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of holding above that 19 dollar mark on the VIX. That is very, very bearish for the markets. So strong moves, all confirming. Like what I'm seeing here, that would only confirm what we're seeing as a bearish move in the markets, and it was all week long. That means for the weekly, we're way up. Finally, breaking and holding over this 2250 mark here on the VIX. Let's see if that can hold as it touches and gets into this 200. That could make a big difference. If it starts to slam backwards, that would probably mean the markets are slamming upwards in their correction type of a move. I'm going to call it a correction. I think that's what it will be, just a correction before we resume the downtrend. Here's the FAS on a 60-minute. Blow through these really quick and just show you. This is really kind of ugly, but it's trying to hold these lows down here as best it can. Breaks below 22, that is your shorting opportunity on the FAS. If it cannot find its footing, because it is in somewhat of an ascent or descending triangle at this point, so below 22 would be that short opportunity. The FAZ, I think, looks very, very clean too, and it is just basically in a triangle here. Holding on in the triangle, closing in the triangle. Here's where we were before. Notice how this lower channel line worked very nicely today as an overhead resistance area. But bigger picture, just a triangle. So they're looking for pushes up above 50 next week and looking for pushes below, but well, for me really it's going to be way down here. So otherwise it's day trades the entire time. If you guys didn't catch the volatility in the after hours, it was really it was really kind of fun to watch. Let me see if I can't draw it in here. I was watching this as we came into the close with the other people in the trading room. Let's see. So we were watching this here in the trading room as we came into the close, and right here. Look at this thing work its way down. Looked like it might want to set up some sort of a inverse head and shoulders, and I'm like, man, watch this thing make a new low once we close. Sure enough, slam straight down, right? Only in the after hours to see it go straight back up again. It was an incredible move. Ignore this black candle. I think that's a bad tick. But point being, it finished up and around this 1292.50 area. Look at the volatility in the after hours as the people tried to position themselves coming into next week. Now, we usually see some pretty decent stuff in the after hours, but this was exceptional. This was really, really, really a good move. So we rolled down, came up. I'm like, I think we got another low to make, and it just really moved hard. This is a 1-minute chart, so this is a lot of movement going on in here with heavy, heavy work towards the end. We'll see where that ends up putting us once Sunday night opens. It could make a difference. Not really sure, but I wanted to show you that because this volatility in the market that we've had the last couple of nights in the after hours has been a lot of fun to, well, not only play, but a lot of fun to watch. Here is Thursday's back here somewhere. Anyway, it was the same way on Thursday night. So, you guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back with you again, of course, next week. We'll do a video on Monday. See if we can't grind out another low in the markets and keep this bear move going. But prepare, start now for the bounce. The bounce will be a good one. These are usually very, very sharp in nature, too. The harder we fall, the faster we bounce. And sometimes they can get away from you before you even know what's happening, and then you're panicked. You don't know, do I get in, do I get in? Yes, the answer is yes. It's hard to chase something you don't like. I don't like people chasing anything, but these bounces are usually very fast, very furious. You want to be prepared for it so that when it happens, you're already in, you're already good to go. I'll leave you with that. You guys have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.